All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Going to be talking about a couple things today. But first, I want to say, man, pray for Texas. Pray for those, those families out there. Apparently, a lot of, kids lost their life in a camp, and just complete devastation. The loss of life apparently was way worse than, in North Carolina and, regionally around here in Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee had, I don't know if Tennessee had any deaths or not, but man, I think it's up to like around 100 people that have died as a result of that flood. I think it was the Guadalupe River that flooded out in Texas, and 100 people, guys, 100 people. And there's videos out there of just how fast that, that water rose. They're saying it rose to like, 25, 30 feet within 1 hour, a little less than an hour. That's basically a flash flood on steroids, and probably pretty much what happened up here in Western North Carolina too, when, the remnants of that hurricane come through. Helene, yeah. But yeah, definitely pray for Texas. They are going through a lot. That several communities out there are going to be going through a lot. So yeah, definitely pray for them. That's what I wanted to, that's how I wanted to start the little 30-minute show off today with. So definitely keep them in your thoughts and prayers. So as I was talking to someone today about the Summer Wells case, they're like, what are you going to talk about tonight? And there's actually, with the daily occurrence of, stuff being posted on the Find Summer Wells Facebook page, and what the new PI, I hadn't heard really anything else from that PI in the Summer Wells case. He mentioned something about some brothers, you know what I mean? So I just want to do my show about staying focused, all right? And what I plan on doing. There's people that have been mentioned in this case. Probably a dozen people have been mentioned in this case, if not more. But here's the way I'm looking at it, guys. So if you're following me on this case, and just kind of seeing how I handle things, you can do kind of how you want to, but this is just kind of how I'm dealing with it right now. Until police name anyone other than Dawn, CANDUS, or Grandus, okay, they will remain my main focus, okay? So again, let me reiterate, until police officially name any other people besides Dawn, CANDUS, and Grandus, Dawn, CANDUS, and Grandus are going to remain my main focus in this investigation. Now, we know and heard the district attorney come out and say that the players involved in this drama ain't making it any easier, ain't making it any better. That tells me that, see, we're still guessing. We're still guessing. We've had, the Hayes brothers come up, Andy Bernard, Chad, I can't think of his name, Chad Arnold. There's been several people mentioned, but we're still guessing, guys. Yeah, we're still guessing. The DA knows who the players are, right? They know who the players are. They're just trying to build a case to charge those players, in my opinion. So What I'm doing is just, holding off on like officially saying anybody else is going to be my main focus other than Dawn, Grandis, and Candace until police, and we probably won't know until they solve the case, okay? To be honest with you, we may not know until they actually solve the case and these people are arrested. Maybe people that, they may end up arresting some people that might make your jaw drop, right? Might make your jaw drop. You might go, I knew it, but I never really, I had a feeling, but I never really dreamed they would be involved. You know what I mean? So, and the other thing that concerns me too with the DA's statement, because they know way more than we do. We're still guessing who else could be involved other than Dawn, Candace, or Grandis, right? We're still guessing on a lot of characters, and the PI didn't make it any easier injecting the brothers into it and not naming anybody. You know what I mean? God, if somebody could just officially name someone, and there be some legitimacy to it, I think, ooh, yeah, now that would be something right there. That would be something right there. But yeah, the DA says that there's definitely, it involves the legal system and has legal ramifications. But he didn't really, the way, if you go back and watch the video of the district attorney telling the reporter kind of what's going on, he didn't sound too concerned with, not too concerned. He didn't sound like if, we're thinking Summer may be deceased, right? Like if someone, has taken this little girl's life, committed a homicide, whatever, you would think the district attorney would say, oh yeah, it's definitely got some, serious legal stuff involved to it. But he kind of hee-hawed around like, it's it does have some legal ramifications. It almost like it kind of does and it kind of don't. Kind of like it's borderline, right? So I'm like, did Dawn and Candace do something to mess with the CPS investigation into Summer? You know how they're all the time playing pranks on people. If Summer's still alive, are Dawn and Candace playing a prank on CPS? Are they just covering their backside and hiding Summer? And this whole, someone, came up there and got Summer. It's just a big, show to keep them from getting in trouble. And possibly other people in trouble too. Okay? And it was actually stated on WJHL with Sarah Diamond. She's a news anchor at WJHL. I can't go back. I can't find the video, but Sarah Diamond with WJHL said that CPS did tell WJHL that they were investigating Summer Wells when she went missing, but couldn't elaborate on what or why they were investigating her. Which, makes sense because confidentiality, CPS, they can't, right? They can't. Now we can all guess why CPS was investigating Summer when she went missing. Dawn even come out and said that they closed the case like right before she went missing. And yeah, I've caught on to something with Dawn Wells too. Like when Dawn is lying, if you guys go back to some older videos of Dawn talking about CPS, maybe not this last one, but the 3-year anniversary, guys, the 3-year anniversary. If you go back to those interviews, Dawn says CPS had closed the case, and I never heard of something like that. I've never heard of that. I've got Dawn figured out. When Dawn's lying, he will say, well, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that happening. That's it. He says, I've never heard of that happening. And you know what's funny? He said that in the interview on the 4-year anniversary. He said that again on the 4-year anniversary when talking about CPS and some other stuff. So when Dawn's lying, in my opinion, if you want to look for something to watch for, it's going to be him saying, well, I've never heard of that happening. Go back and watch that, guys. That's how you can tell that he's lying. Well, I've never heard of that happening. He says it last year and he said it this year. So yeah. If you get a chance, go back and find that, guys. A little homework for you. But yeah, CPS was in the middle of investigating Summer when she went missing, but could not elaborate on why they were investigating her, which, makes sense due to privacy laws and stuff like that. The last two, I got 2 more things here that I want to point out. The phone call that Dawn made to CANDUS when they were in the drive-thru at Walgreens that Hunter said he witnessed, right? Did the phone call Dawn made to CANDUS have anything to do with someone he had been visiting with Summer at one of those nasty hotels in Knoxville? Makes you wonder, don't it? Because remember, he said someone was up here wanting to touch the kids. Someone was up on the property wanting to do something with a kid. Did the phone call Dawn made with CANDUS have anything to do with someone Dawn had been visiting with Summer at one of those nasty hotels in Knoxville? Makes you wonder. Did it have anything to do with that? Right? Because we can't forget the allegations of people coming out saying, Dawn was taking Summer to those nasty hotels in Knoxville. Now, my question is, how long had Dawn been taking Summer to Knoxville? Right? Before she went missing. Let me put that in there. Before she went missing. A week, 2 weeks, months? How long, if those allegations are true, how long had Dawn been taking Summer Wells to those nasty hotels in Knoxville before she went missing? That was on my brain today. That's what came to my mind today when thinking about, what I was going to talk about. If the allegations are true that Dawn was taking Summer to some nasty hotels, and the other thing too is, where Dawn says that, he said some pretty disturbing things about Summer being at a hotel and people just beating, and doing stuff to her, very sickening. I can't get that out of my head. The audio of Dawn, I think he might have been talking to Jeannie over the phone or something. He was talking to someone. I think it might have been Jeannie. Anyway, he was saying she's probably in a hotel and they're probably beating her, and Um, just some other sick stuff, which, I just don't want to even go into. But, and then he goes on to say, I've seen this stuff. I've seen it with my own eyes. So you take that and put it with the allegations that Don was taking Summer to these nasty hotels in Knoxville. I mean, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. It's very disturbing and sickening. So yeah, guys, that's basically all I got for you on this little show here. Basically, I know there's a lot of names being thrown out there, a lot of people being looked at, but I mean, listen, until police officially name anybody other than Don, CANDUS, and Grandis, I can't let that be the main focus of my research, right? The way I'm researching the case. Now, I will look into them. I will, but, it's really hard. I mean, we are not the police. We don't have the resources, the tools. I mean, we may actually have more resources and tools than Hawkins County does, but when it comes to the TBI and the FBI, we do not have the resources and tools for that. I mean, I could even go rent, guys, I can even go rent a ground penetrating radar. I can go rent one in Knoxville and take it to that graveyard and use it. The problem is, I don't know how to look. I don't know how to, digest what I'm looking at on the screen. You know what I mean? I can read a fish finder, a depth finder, but I think the image that you get back on ground penetrating radar may be different than a fish finder. But yeah, I mean, you can, but again, it's kind of weird too, taking that up to a graveyard and just rolling it across people's graves, This is kind of awkward, I'd kind of like to just leave that up to the police to do. But just saying, it can be done, right? I mean, if Hawkins County wanted to, I know Hawkins County don't have it, but if they wanted to and had the, I'm sure TBI's got their own ground penetrating radar tools and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just telling you how easy it would be to go get one and look in that grave to see if Summer was in there, you know what I mean? But yeah, I can't. I'm just my main focus in doing my research is going to be Don, CANDUS, and Grandis for right now. I don't want to go down too many rabbit holes with other people that at the end of the day, at the end of the investigation, may not even be involved, right? May be, but may not be, right? Because there's just been so many people mentioned. It's crazy. And again, let me stress, the DA knows who they're looking at. Because if he didn't, he wouldn't have come out and said the players in this drama continue to make it, messy or whatever he said. You can go, if you go to YouTube and type in Summer Wells District Attorney, you'll see the interview that he gave, and you'll see that he does mention the players in the investigation, and something about the drama that they're causing or something like that. They know, guys. They know. I just think they're trying to build a case against these people. And the thing is, I think they know what happened to Summer too. I really do. I think they know what happened to Summer, because he says that it does have some, he says it has some ramification of the law and the legal system. But the way he says that is like what happened to her was kind of illegal, but kind of not too at the same time. What's all that about? Right? So some more homework for you. Go find that video of the DA doing an interview with the news. Listen to that. Kind of tell me after you digest it, kind of tell me what you think about that. I mean, in my opinion, I think they know what happened to Summer, or they're pretty sure they know what happened to Summer. And it's just weird how he kind of, says, well, it does have some, ramifications of the legal system. Kind of like, well, it's borderline illegal, not illegal. You know what I mean? That I think they know. I think they've got enough evidence to where they know, but actually being able to prosecute whoever these players are involved in the drama involving Summer Wells going missing, they don't have enough right now to make an arrest and do a prosecution on them. So that's probably coming down the pipe work. That's definitely probably, but when, I don't know. I mean, look how long it took them to rearrest Barry Morphew after they found Suzanne's remains. I mean, I thought, hell, he'll be rearrested in probably 2 weeks. Here it is, months later, and they finally rearrested him, right? So, just kind of being realistic, guys. It's being realistic. Just letting you know where my main focus in the research in the case is going to stay at until other people are officially named. So let me know what you think about everything I said. Go do some homework, digest it. Let me know what you think about the DA statements. Be interesting to hear what you guys think. So go ahead and drop them comments. Appreciate you for tuning in. Appreciate you for all the support. Let's keep her name out there. If we quit talking about her, it's poof. Poof. Right. Poof. And so, yeah. I mean, if we keep talking about her and keep the awareness out there, when an arrest is made, when this thing gets prosecuted, her name and the whole situation will still be out there, and it won't be something like, oh wow, yeah, I forgot about her, man. You know what I mean? I don't want some people to say, yeah, I forgot about her. So yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, if you're a YouTuber out there and it's a YouTube short, a 2-minute video, 5-minute video, 10-minute video, keep her name out there if that's something that you're interested in doing. I know Sebastian Rogers still missing. They're still investigating that. A lot of people are looking at Chris and Katie Proudfoot. Same thing with that. There was trouble in the home there before Sebastian went missing, right? So same thing with it. If I still looking at that, my main focus would be on Chris and Katie Proudfoot, and until anybody else is officially named, that, because I mean, just like Summer Wells went missing under her mom's watch. Sebastian went missing under his mom's watch. Something's going on in both these cases, guys. So my main focus remains at both of those homes where those kids lived and with the parents, right? Well, in Sebastian's case, it would be the biological mom and the stepdad. So, but anyway, guys, enough jabbering. Go ahead and get down there and drop him comments. Let me know what you think. Appreciate you for tuning in. Appreciate all the support, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.